All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Kakawadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, it's the GMS Dallas. All right, younger brothers coming back, with another lesson in all truth and sincerity. And in today's lesson, we're going to go into, the marriage feast of the Lamb. All right, because, the custom of marriage, is something of true marriage is something that we're not really familiar with being brought up in this Western society, right? And ultimately, as we preach, the good news, right? This is something that we have to look forward to. Yahawashi coming back to redeem the nation of Israel, his wife, ultimately, and ultimately, to rule over our enemies and have everything that's inherited unto us, just as Yahawashi inherited everything. You see? So, just gonna touch on that. Some of the things, I'll give a brief summary of some of the topics that we're going to touch on, because this topic of marriage and the relationship of the nation of Israel is all throughout the scriptures, so it can be kind of a vast topic. But we're just going to kind of touch on the preparation, the preparation / betrothal, the invitation and the stewardship, right, and how denying the invitation, how that was kept in the custom as well, redemption, all right, as well as the song and the feast, and the pulling back of the veil and light through the darkness, throughout the city when we went up into the chambers. So those are some of the subtopics. If any brother didn't have a precept,
I have one for you.
You got some? Okay.
Yeah. This is Matthew chapter 22 and verse Matthew chapter 22 and verse 8. It says, then he said to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as you shall go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage.
Yeah. So this marriage, right? We're bidding them unto the marriage, bidding the people. When we hit the highways and byways, when we do these virtual epistles, it's a bid unto the marriage. You see? So, we'll touch on that. We'll go back to that too. But if we can get that in Genesis, real quick.
All right, this Genesis chapter
We'll
2,
get that in,
in verse 18, it says, "And the Lord," it says, "And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him."
Right, so it says it's not good for man to be alone, right? So the Lord ended up, this is of course going back into the creation story, right? And how the angels helped create, the world that we're in now, with Yahawashi, right? But the Lord also made a woman, to help man, right? And the woman, of course on a small level, the actual, actual woman, but the Lord ultimately made the church too. The Lord made a remnant of men that were going to worship and serve as his woman, all right, a representative, right, a steward of the home. Because a woman, what is a woman? A servant. You see, and that's what the nation of Israel is to the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi. You got it, bro.
You going?
Yep.
All right. Verse 19, it says, "And out of the ground the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof." Want me to jump down to 21?
Yeah.
What, D fleet?
Yeah.
All right, verse 21, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man."
Yeah. So, pretty much the Lord had already established, a woman to be given unto Adam, of his same lineage, and that's what we are to Yahawashi, as the scriptures talk about, like what's 1 Corinthians 11th chapter, how the head of every man is, Yahawashi, and of Yahawashi is of Yahweh, but beneath that you have the woman, you know, and Paul was really talking about the church, you see, and that's what we coming into today. We're coming in back into that righteous order, you know, and of course we fell away, but what we're about to witness now is that reconciliation. We're about to come back into the, you know, the and back in good terms with Yahawashi and Yahawashi. You see, we can get that Jeremiah 6 real quick.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 2.
And if a brother can hold Proverbs 9 too.
It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
See, just proving a point that the nation of Israel is likened unto a comely and delicate woman, a beautiful woman. You see, but we went off, you know, and started to worship these other gods, which was committing spiritual adultery, you know, and ultimately fell away from Yahawashi Yahawashi. But he's about to redeem us and bring us back into that fold, man, you know, into that marriage, right? And you said, oh yeah, I mean, and before that, you know, there's a certain things that need to happen, right? As the bride, you know, is waiting for her husband and had that betrothal period, right? Then there's a certain preparation that needs to be made and taken, and steps that need to be taken to so she's ready to, you know, go into the chambers, right? And that's what the nation of Israel is doing right now. During this grace period, we have a lot of temptation, a lot of things around us, but let's get it. Can you get 2 Corinthians 11 and 2? And then Ephesians 1 and 11.
This is 2 Corinthians.
You go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2. He says, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
For I have espoused you to one husband.
Yeah, see how, this is Paul going into how, you know, he espoused this unto Yahawashi, right? And it was always like that from the beginning, right? We was always supposed to be with Yahawashi, right? Made one. Just like how, you know, during the time of Adam and Eve, and they were one, they were of one flesh, right? Well, that was supposed to be the nation of Israel, man. We were supposed to be one with our power, but we fell away, you know? But now what we're seeing is, you know, we're coming back into that, and we have what? We have that dowry through Yahawashi's sacrifice, right? Through that down payment of the Holy Spirit, and that's the evidence or the invitation of our dowry. Before we get that Ephesians 1, can you get the
That was a little more here.
Okay, yeah, come on, go ahead and read it from the top.
God, 2 Corinthians 11 verse 2 again. For I'm jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach.
You can speak on it, bro.
God, yeah, it's just going back into you know, what the brother, you know, was going into. You know how the Lord, you know, is the Heavenly Father as you know, appointed unto Yahawashi a woman, man, which that's the church. You know, and that makes me think about John the 17th chapter. Really, because, you know, of course that's the high priestly prayer that Yahawashi prayed for the elect, but really that's the prayer that he prayed for his woman, man, to keep his woman. Because what does it say? It says, Father, I will that thou will that you shall make us one. You know, just as Paul just says that we may be one in Hamashiach. You know, with the two shall become one flesh. You know, once the marriage is consummated, you know, in the chariots, you know, once the marriage supper of the Lamb, that's when we're going to be truly one. You know, with Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi. All right, but you know, we're having that first. It speaks about that taste test, if you will, in Romans the 8th chapter, Romans 8 and like 21. It speaks about how we have the first fruits of the Spirit. You know, so we're kind of getting a taste of what it's going to be like to be fully, you know, married unto Yahawashi right now via the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
What you got, bro?
No, that's right. And that's the spirit too, because we went into a couple classes ago, you know, the story of Susanna and how she was justified through the testimony that she held, you know, and by staying true to that, to you know what was true, you know, and by being faithful, right? And that's how the elect. That was a story of how the elect would be in these times that we're talking about now, right? Through this betrothal period, through this period where the Lord has put His name on us, you know, to keep us from all these worshiping all these other idols, Can you go ahead and read that? And we'll read the second one, the ceremony of the betrothal.
All right, it says the ceremony of the
And
betrothal.
this is just the manners and customs, giving you a background so you can understand what, the detail of what we're talking about when we get this Ephesians 1 and 11.
All right, it says the Jewish betrothal in Hamashiach's time was conducted thus. The families of the bride and groom met with some other presence to serve as a witness. It says the young man would give the young woman either a gold ring or some article of value or simply a document in which he promised to marry her.
Right, so a man would give the woman a ring or some article of clothing, something to signify that was his woman, right? Something, a token per se to signify that was his woman. And what the Lord has given us in these times to signify that we're his woman is the Holy Spirit, man. The Spirit of truth. All right? The scriptures talk about how, he's going to give us a mouth that none of our enemies can gainsay. That's the evidence that we are the chosen. That we are, the hopeful elect. The bride of Yahawashi. That's the evidence. You see, if the brother could get Ephesians 1 and 11 and then whatever else the brother said.
I got you.
Oh, wait. Yeah, go ahead and read the rest of that and then we'll get that.
All right, it says the young man would give the young woman either a gold ring or some article of value or simply a document in which he promised to marry her. Then he would say to her, see, by this ring or this token, thou art set apart from me according to the law of Moses and of Israel.
Yeah, thou art set apart from me, from everybody else, right? That holy righteous, woman of the Lord,
Shit, the remnant, you see? It's like Yahawashi talked about, you know what I'm saying? We prayed for that remnant when you read in John, I think it's chapter 17.
Yeah.
You see? And he said, those which my father have given me, you see? Just like when we reading it about this custom, you know what I'm saying? When you go into the actual marriages of the customs, it was always the father, the parents who would arrange that, you know what I'm saying? Pick who they want for their son, you know what I'm saying? It was a few examples in the scriptures, just like Samson, for example, who picked his own bride, you see? But majority of the time, it was always the parents who arranged that. You see, just like Yahweh arranged the elect or the remnant for his son Yahawashi. You see?
Yep. Let me get this real quick. Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 36 and 21 in the GNT. It says a woman has to take any man as a husband. Yeah, it says a woman has to take any man as a husband, but a man must choose his wife carefully, right? So a woman, they have no say in the matter of who her husband is, right? Just like how all these other nations, they didn't have a say on if they, wanted to, they all want to marry Yahawashi, but Yahawashi only chose one particular nation to deal with, one particular people to deal with, one particular wife. You see? I'm gonna read it again. It said a woman has to take any man as a husband, right? But a man must choose his wife carefully, and that's what Yahawashi did ultimately. He chose the best, He had foresight to see, and the one that's the most gonna be loyal to him, And really, chiefly, it's talking about the remnant, But yeah, we can get that Ephesians 1, so we don't veer too far.
I got it. This is Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, in whom we also have obtained an inheritance. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11, it says, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestined according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will.
Yeah, this is the predestination, right? Just like how we didn't have a choice. This is just pre-prescribed. You see? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, verse 12, it says that we should be to the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Hamashiach.
Go ahead.
In whom ye also trusted, after that ye heard the word of truth, the gospel of your salvation. In whom also after that ye believed, you were sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise.
Yeah, that's that seal, that token put upon us, of a promise, right? Of a betrothal, that we would be his, holy. All right, keep going, verse 14. You can read verse 14 in the NLT Bible.
Con, Ephesians 1 and 14, it says, in the NLT, it says, the Spirit is the Most High's guarantee that he will give us the inheritance he promised and that he has purchased us to be his own people.
Right, that's that purchase. Right, that's that betrothal, man, that we're going into. The Lord has bought us with a price.
That dowry.
Yeah, that dowry. Oh yeah, that dowry. Salaki. You know? But in this time period, you know, that's what we have, man. The Lord don't want us to take this for granted. You know, that dowry. And it's a serious thing, right? Just like we just read, you know, what Paul said. We present to Yahawashi's chaste virgins, man. You know? It's a single way that we're supposed to walk, man. A certain attention on Yahawashi as him being our husband, man.
Yeah.
You know?
If I could just add, we're supposed to have that mindset as that woman in coming to America, you know, before that arranged marriage that, Hakeem's father made for him.
Yeah.
That woman that his father was about to give him to him, like she was brought up, learning, everything that he like. He asked her, "What's your favorite food to eat? Whatever you like."
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite music? Whatever you like. Like, so during this betrothal period, we're supposed to be learning our husband, man. Learning Yahawashi. Because really, this betrothal period is really, because the marriage hasn't been consummated yet. It's not 100% guaranteed.
Yeah.
So that means that we're still under probation. Like you go back to the ancient world, you paid a dowry upon a woman, you gave the shekels into her father, but then she goes to play the harlot. You're like, you were like, man, the hell? Get my money back, And then you put it up on another woman, so we haven't made it yet. We're still under live, examination. We're in that probation period, as the Lord has put his Holy Spirit upon us, because it can still be taken.
Yeah, bitch get fat. You was in the gym when you was single as hell, work because it was a shame for a woman to be, not married at a certain age, and they had to, this was part of me looking into this, part of the customs. So, like, a woman was, before she married, she was working in the field, she was living a hard life, but then when she got that dowry put upon her, right, then it was kind of changed into your role of working in the field of just getting water. It changed to being all about learning about that man, being prepared to make him happy, and that's what this process has been, coming into the ministry, cleansing ourselves, killing that old man, taking that new step into Yahawashi and trying to be under his household. You got it, bro.
Hey, it's actually an example. I forgot where in the scripture it is, where it goes into, it's the king put out a decree. I guess before the woman could actually go see the king, she would go to that purification period, bro. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Esther.
Yeah, okay, Esther. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. She had to go through a purification period. You know what I'm saying, of getting herself prepared. They had to soak in this type of oil for this long, and you know what I'm saying. And we doing the same thing through the Spirit. You see, while we have this grace period, this betrothal period. Because I want to read this real quick from BibleHistory.org. It's going into the same thing. It says the betrothal. It says, in the ancient Near East, betrothals took place before the actual marriage, and it was considered as binding as marriage. It says, in ancient Israel, a woman who was betrothed was considered the wife of the man she was betrothed to, and she was bound to be faithful, just like we're bound to be faithful right now unto Yahawashi, right? It says the betrothal period lasted usually 6 months and sometimes 1 year. And it was a binding promise between the bridegroom and the bride to marry. You see, showing you that period. You see, like I was saying, like we were talking about that time, the example of Esther. You see, so during that time she had to do purification. You had to do the purification, and she had to stay faithful. You see, she could just, be be popping other dudes and then go see the king. No, we have to prepare. We got to prepare ourselves and cleanse ourselves and go through those, these rituals spiritually. You know what I'm saying? To prepare ourselves, to present ourselves before the king, man. Just like when you read in Revelation chapter 14, it says, it goes into the 144,000 that they weren't defiled with women, they was virgins. Right. And that was the customs of the ancient marriage in Israel, that woman had to be a virgin. Mm-hmm. You see, she couldn't be she couldn't be a whore and being popped already, man. Right. she had to be pure. You see, but going back,
If I could add, the blood was the proof.
Mhm.
You know, the tokens of virginity. You know, when she get popped, you know, her cherry or her Hamlet, you know, will pop. You know, and she'll bleed. You know, so in these times, the blood is the proof. Yahawashi's blood is the proof that we're virgins. Cause that's only whose blood is going to be applied over, man. What you got now?
all right, come going back. It says, once a woman was betrothed, she was considered already married, and if she had sexual intercourse during this period, she was considered an adulterer and was to be stoned to death. You see, just like now, if the MOTB is at hand. You see, now if you know what I'm saying, if a person who believes in this truth gets the MOTB when you being unfaithful, you see, you're having a sexual intercourse with Esau, man, because he want to put something inside you, man. You see, he wants to cut you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a token you belong to somebody else.
Exactly. You see?
That's what that word covenant goes back into. You know, and goes into cutting in the flesh.
All right. It says, if she was not caught in the actual act, she was found not to be a virgin. The husband could dissolve the marriage quietly and sign a bill of divorce. It says, according to the civil law, the virgin was purchased for a certain sum of money that was paid by the bride's father. They mentioned that about Yahweh giving, paying that dowry through, with Yahawashi, man, bidding us to that marriage with him, man. You see? It says, later in Israel's history, which is going to say the same thing what we read in the Manners and Custom book. It says, later in Israel's history, she was given a gold ring or some other valuable thing, and the bridegroom would declare, see by this ring or token, thou art set apart unto me, according to the law of Moses and of Israel. It says many times the betrothed woman would not see her betrothed husband until the marriage ceremony begun. So we're not going to actually physically see Yahawashi until, Lord willing, with that man, we get beamed up and see him in the chariot and chains, man.
Yeah.
Then that's gonna consummate that marriage of us being one with Yahawashi.
Yep. And in this, you about to say something?
No, I got a piece of after you make a point.
Okay, yeah, just a quick point because in these times, it's customary. A woman walk down the aisle. She has that veil over.
Mm-hmm.
See, right now, what this veil? See, the Lord spiritually removed our veil. Meaning He opened up our understanding to where we can see Him in the spirit in our mind's eye, right? But physically, we can't even see Him yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna be able to see Him until He takes away this veil, which is this flesh. That's why we're gonna have to be changed.
Man.
That's why He prayed in John the 17th chapter, Father, let them see my glory. We can't see Him in His glory right now because the bride still has his veil, has his flesh. So we got to be changed, man.
Yeah, just like when Moses came off the mount and they couldn't even look at Moses, they had to put that veil over Moses, and he was, he was protected when he was in the, face of Yahawashi, but the people they couldn't, take the light that he had,
I appreciate it real quick. This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when He shall appear, we shall be like Him, for we shall see Him as He is. And that also makes me think about Genesis the 24th chapter, when you read about Isaac receiving Rebekah. When you basically go into that chapter, it was like a build up to the very end of the chapter where they actually come together and they meet.
Yeah.
When she was traveling from, I think she was coming from, northern, like Syria, but y'all, similar theme. It's all a build up to that actual face-to-face, interaction, and ultimately that, that union.
And that's why He commanded us to keep our garments, man. Because it's exciting for bride. She knows she finna get married. The main thing on her mind, like making sure she got a garment, ain't no spots on it, ain't no wrinkles in it. And that's the importance of us being, engulfed in this truth. Ephesians 5:26, that He may wash it, and so it may be a church. When you read that whole chapter, it's really going to the mystery of Yahawashi and his bride, man. It says that at the end of that chapter, but it says that He may present unto the Most High a glorious church without spot or wrinkle. Those are things that you don't want upon your wedding garment as a woman, man. Because then you walking down the aisle, you looking like a dumbass. You got a big ass Kool-Aid splotch, you know, on your gown. You know, so we got to remain spotless in this crooked and perverse generation, man.
Yep, that's true. I got a precept real quick. This 2nd Ezra 7:26, it says, "Behold, the time come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth." Right? Because, you know, what Yahawashi has done is, you know, because like Jake could do that too. You know, he had, you know, that Jake like that low-key chick, you know, ain't nobody checking for her, you know. But she like, you know, she get dressed up and then she like, damn, she fine. I ain't realize that. I ain't know she was like that. I ain't know she like that, OG, you know? Like, that's how the Lord has it now. They can't necessarily see the bride.
Yeah.
The people we like sleeper cells. We slept on, you know, everybody, okay, y'all ain't the men of the Lord for real. You know, it's not known.
What I told you a couple weeks ago, like the Lord behind me.
Oh yeah, the Lord behind us. You know, the Lord behind us out, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, brothers, some of the best men, you know, hey, Lord will we elect. We the men that made this world. You know, we had a hand to play in all this. You know, you ain't know we could cook like that. You ain't know it smelled good like that. You know, you missing out. So, but the Lord has preserved us from everybody else, and because we're consecrated unto Yahawashi, right? He's gonna discover us and make it known that we're the wife. You know, He's gonna show us off, and we're gonna be a symbol of great observation, of great, you know, admiration. You see, He's gonna make us shine, just like how Moses was in the presence of Yahawashi, and he was able to shine. We gonna get that glory too, but it ain't gonna go away. It ain't gonna fade away. It's gonna be there. You know,
bro, you know the Lord's woman's gonna be decked out because you know the Lord gave us, you know, as men, you know, our women to be our glory, right? So Yahawashi's glory is His woman. So you know, like, bro, he gonna have like his woman and the bro.
Hey, Isaiah 54.
Yeah, I was holding that. That's spirit.
Yeah. Hey, can you start at verse 4?
God,
you had something else?
Yeah. Psalm 45. That's cool.
Yeah, go ahead. Y'all let's cook, man. Hey, yeah. It ain't that. Whatever y'all want to add to, you know.
God, this chapter is going into Yahawashi, right? Speaks about. Let me get the context real quick. This is This is Psalms 45 and verse 2 in the NLT. Now, this is a Psalm of David. I believe, to the chief musician for the song. So, I'm not sure if this is a song of David or not. I believe it is because it's sung to the tune of Lilies, and that's what he was known for, tuning that song. But anyway, Psalms 45 and verse 2 in the NLT. He says, "You are the most handsome of all," speaking about Yahawashi. "Gracious words stream from your lips. The Most High Himself bless you forever. Put on your sword, O mighty warrior. You are so glorious, so majestic. In your majesty, ride out to victory, defending truth, humility, and justice. Go forth to perform awe-inspiring deeds." Now I'm gonna skip down here. Just let
that remind me of the song like the women was singing when David came back and David in the song. It's like, go David. You know, you kill hundreds of tens of thousands of men, you know? And Saul was, you know, getting all salty. Hey man, that's a 2/3. What they do, it's not going to be able to stack up to what the elect is able to do, man, by staying faithful. By being that vessel where it's shown that the Lord is dealing with them, you know? But you got it.
God, verse 8 in the NLT, and this is still describing Yahawashi right here. It says, "Myrrh, aloes, and cassia perfume your robes. In ivory palaces, the music of strings entertains you." Now it's about to go into his woman. It says, "King's daughters are among your noble women," talking about the elect. "At your right side stands," it says the queen, but we know princess, talking about the elect. "At your right side stands the princess wearing jewelry from finest gold of Ophir. Listen to me, O royal daughter. Take to heart what I say. Forget your people and your family far away." It makes me think about, because you had brought up, about the customs of the, when a woman gets married, the two shall become, one flesh. They're supposed to, leave their father and mother behind, right? So that's the case for us, man. That's why he says, "No man can be my disciple except he hate his mother, his father, his wife," right? Because we're bought with a price. We're being betrothed unto him. So he says, forget your people and your family far away, just like he told Abraham. For your royal husband delights in your beauty. Honor him, for he is your Lord. The princess of Tyre will shower you with gifts. Talking about these other nations, what they're going to be doing for the Lord's wife. The princess of Tyre will shower you with many gifts. The wealthy will beg your favor. The bride, a princess, looks glorious in her golden gown. In her beautiful robes, she is led to the king, accompanied by her bridesmaids. Now, who's going to lead us to the king? You see, the angels, man. They're going to beam us up. They're going to, gather us. Right now, there are what does it say in Hebrews? I believe the first chapter speaks about how the angels they secure those that are heirs into salvation. Mm-hmm. You see, so they're accompanying. They're our bridesmaids, if you will. They're helping us, meet our husband. It says, what a joyful and enthusiastic procession as they enter the king's palace. Yeah, I just wanted to get that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's fire. Can we get, because since you said that, Matthew 22, and start at verse 1.
This is Matthew chapter 22 and verse 1. It says, and Yahawashi answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding.
Yep. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. The Lord has, because a woman, right, is also a servant. So that's like the church. We're also servants unto the Lord too. So whatever He asks, we need to do, and the steward of the house, their operations within the home are in tandem. You got it, bro.
Yeah, that makes me think about too, like who was it? Abraham. When Abraham's wife, Sarah, when she wasn't able to bear a son, being in that mentality of a servant, obviously, the modern day woman wouldn't do no shit like this. But being in that mindset of a servant, she went out and got him another wife.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's that. I mean, you can liken that unto, he bid, another woman to her husband.
Yeah.
But that's there's levels to servitude,
Yeah. If you could hold where you at right there,
mm-hmm.
and we'll get 2 Peter 1 and 19.
2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 19, it says,
Brother can read that.
We have also a more sure.
That picture. The second.
All right, 2 Peter, you said 1 and 19?
Yeah, 1 and 19.
1 and 19, it says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts.
Can you read that again?
Done. 2 Peter 1 and 19, Slakia. It says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy.
Right, we have a sure word of prophecy. We know that this is going to take place. We know that this procession is about to happen. That this marriage is going to happen. and right now we're in that betrothal period where we walking on eggshells not to get divorced, and the Lord is sending invitations, and we got to do, there's certain things that need to be done in the meantime, right? We're sure of these things happening, right, through prophecy. Keep going.
It says, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place.
Right, we take heed as a light that shineth in the dark place, right? That light is prophecy. We know these things are happening. We know Yahawashi is coming back. We know Yahawashi is going to come save the bride, going to come save the woman in distress, right? Going to play the judge in that trial of, the innocent woman, and bring unto her peace, ultimately. You see? Now, if you could read that, what I just said in the chat, you got that?
Mm-hmm. It says,
This is just giving you a background on the going to get the bride. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, the going to get the bride, and how they would. This is before, when the groom would come and he would take her into the chamber, or and that journey pretty much there, from her father's home unto his home, You got it.
It says the bridegroom set out with the bride from the house of her parents, and there followed a grand procession all the way to his house.
Like you just brought up, that grand procession, them angels, right, guiding us, right? Because what did when we was in the wilderness, who was guiding us through? We had the light, you know, showing us the way to get through.
Right.
We're going through this grand procession trying to get into the chamber. Keep going, bro.
It says, that's heavy, man. Coming out of Egypt.
Yeah, coming out of captivity. You see, going to get married, man. Leading us through the city.
Through the Red Sea.
Oh yeah, through the sea. You know, through all distress, all kind of. Cause let's keep reading.
Kinda like
We were dancing in distress.
Yeah, man.
It says the streets of Asiatic cities were dark, and it was necessary that anybody venturing forth at night should carry a lamp or torch.
Right, that lamp and torch, right, are the instruction, is the prophecy, man, to understand how we gonna get there, right? How we gonna get to this marriage? How we gonna be able to celebrate the gospel? How we gonna celebrate this moment? Well, going through straight things, right? Getting through that dark to get into, that peace, right? That why.
Quick one.
Oh, good
Quick
one.
one. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life.
Yeah, you speak on it, bro.
I mean, that's. I mean, I'm just laying back on the point that you made, bro. It's like it's the GPS system. We can't get to where we're trying to go without, the commandments. Without Yahawashi specifically, really. The commandments of Yahawashi.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
That's the only way we're gonna get married.
No.
It's through keeping his command. How you gonna know we're gonna be a good wife if you can't tell Ethan and say, this is the way to the house? Hey, we should know it in the dark. You should know how to walk it backwards. You should know how to get there. You shouldn't be like, dang, is it a right or a left? A bitch gotta turn on GPS to your house, bro. She's not your woman.
I mean, she got multiple men.
Exactly. Exactly. We should know the way, right? And the way is through Yahawashi, through prophecy, man.
And you gonna know his name too.
Exactly.
You gonna know the man, and you gonna know his name that you're gonna get married to.
Man, come on now.
That goes to show you, hey, man, a lot of these cats that claim to be Yahawashi's bride, man, you don't even know his name. Hey, what Alicia Keys said, you don't know my name.
Yeah.
Because really we're being reminded, it's not our first time hearing the name, it's not our first time hearing the truth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're being reminded of something that we already knew, in contrast to other individuals who are just hearing it, but it's not sparking that remembrance.
Yeah, because at the same time too, although we're his woman, and we're chaste virgins, the Lord also likens up the nation of Israel to a widow, and how we was kicked out the house. The Lord gave us that bill of divorcement, but ultimately we've been brought back. So having that name, like you just said, putting it into remembrance is us understanding his rank, how he likes things, how he does things, but also above all is his name. You calling on somebody else's name after you done got that bill of divorcement, how does that look? You thinking about somebody else? We supposed to reconcile with Yahawashi. Thus that him being a light, he's revealed all these things unto us. You got it, bro.
All right, this is going back into the customs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, just to add, because the priest, I don't know why he had mentioned that about that, those helping to get prepared the bride. You know what I'm saying, for the bridegroom. This is back in BibleHistory.org. It says the friend of the bridegroom. It says the bridegroom chose a loyal friend to prepare the bride for the wedding. He would accompany her throughout the betrothal period and help her get prepared. And who is that? The angels.
Mm-hmm.
You see? All through this shit that we going through, they helping prepare us, man.
Yeah.
You see? It says he would accompany her throughout the betrothal period. Remember, the betrothal period would happen for a time. It wouldn't just be, all right, I'm gonna betroth, you're gonna be my wife, and it's gonna be next week. You know what I'm saying? No, it was over a period of time, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes 6 months, sometimes a year. It could be over that sometimes, man. You see, so during this period, all right, this loyal friend was given a job to make sure that the bride was you know what I'm saying, getting prepared properly, man. You see?
It reminds me of the law being a schoolmaster too. Before it's put into our inward parts, which we already know. When Yahawashi, when he cuts us, and we're made one with him, you know, when he's into our inward parts, you know what I'm saying? His word is in us, you know, then we gonna be married. But the Lord gave us that schoolmaster which show you that, you know, hey, to a certain period of time though, it's gonna go to a new glory though. We're gonna get married, man. Like what we need to, you just trying to rehearse the righteous acts, man. And then when we get up in that household, we gonna know how it's gonna work. You know, we gonna get down with Yahawashi. You got it.
Hey, you can liken those loyal friends too, until you know the man that's over us. You see, because they here and they helping us during this betrothal period prepare ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Making sure we're doing the right things. You got something?
Yeah, I was just holding that because that's what John the Baptist said. Because we're not only are we the bride, but spiritually we're also the bridegroom's friend.
Yeah.
This is John 3 and 29 in the NLT. This is John the Baptist. It says, "It is the bridegroom who marries the bride, and the bridegroom's friend is simply glad to stand with him and hear his vows. Therefore, I am filled with joy at his success."
Yeah.
And that's the role, because really John the Baptist represents, you know, the prophets. John the Baptist is Elijah, right? And we believe through faith that was high priest Elder Abba Bibbins, right? And those of us that are at the forefront, you know, on the highways and byways pushing this truth, starting with our heads, the apostle and elders of Great Millstone and us brothers on down, right? But we're not only the bride, but Abba Ratazal, we're also the bridegroom's friend, man. You see?
Hey, get James 4:4 in the blue letter. We're gonna pull that word friend too. So whoever get there first.
Okay, yes, yes.
James 4:4. Yeah, and then we'll go back to it.
James 4:4. It says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship with the world is enmity with the Most High?"
Oh, adulterers and adulteresses, right? What are we talking about? Being chaste virgins, right? Being pure. You see? Go ahead. Or can you reread it again?
Come on. It says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of Yahawashi Shai."
Right. Whoever is a friend of the world is an enemy with Yahawashi Shai. You an enemy to your husband that you're supposed to be espoused unto.
Right.
Can you imagine? You know? Well, that honor is gonna be taken away. You know?
Yeah, his enemies, not your enemies.
Right.
Saying, well, God hates Esau, but we don't. No, bro. Yeah. If you married to a man or about to get married to him, bro, his enemies is by default my enemies, because we're to be one.
Yeah.
You know? So if he hates you, I hate you too. If he love you, I love you.
Right.
And that's how John the Baptist, that's how all the prophets and the apostles felt, man. You know, chiefly King David, he says, "Oh Lord, do I not hate them that hate thee?"
Right. You got that word friend?
Friend and
Yeah, friend in James 4:4.
Con.
And then the last definition of that it say, I believe.
Con. It's that word friend. It says Strong's G 5384 Philos. It says, "One of the bridegroom's friends who on his behalf asked the hand of the bride and rendered him various services in closing the marriage and celebrating the nuptials."
Wait, read that again. Read that again, bro.
It says, "One of the bridegroom's friends who on his behalf asked the hand of the bride and rendered him various services in closing the marriage and celebrating the nuptials."
Right, like you said, and the nuptials just go into pretty much the traditions or anything that like a custom, right? Like how y'all was bringing up, you know, the men that we've learned from, right? Those are the ones preparing us individually to be ready for that marriage. The angels, they're helping as well, preparing us for the you know individual things through our journey to be pleasing unto Yahawashi, man.
Yeah.
Right? All those things are being prepared so we can be made friends and not an enmity to Yahawashi when he makes his return. You see, because we're coming unto a king. And he's coming with the host, right?
Hey, bro, it's gonna go there, bro. Man, bro, y'all, that's the spirit, bro.
Go ahead.
That was it on that, bro?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. All right, going back, it says, let me see.
What you reading from again?
This from, I'll send it to you in check. It says BibleHistory.org.
Okay.
It says, once the ceremony Once the ceremony commenced and the friend heard the bridegroom's voice, he would know that he did his job in preparing the bride to receive the bridegroom. Then it got the precept John 3:29, like the brother just read. It says, describes John the Baptist as the friend of the bride who rejoiced because of the bridegroom's voice when he heard about Yahawashi preaching. All right, and going down to the procession. It says, when the wedding day finally arrived, the bridegroom dressed himself in festive garments, wearing a crown of gold or silver or flowers. It says he would proceed with his friends and other attendants from an unknown place at an unknown time to the bride's father's house.
Oh yeah.
That's all right. This is from the procession. It says, when the wedding day finally arrived, the bridegroom would dress himself in festive garments, wearing a crown of gold or silver or flowers. He would proceed with his friends and other attendants from an unknown place at an unknown time to the bride's father's house. The virgins of Israel would be outside waiting along the way in the evening with their oil lamps lit until the loud warning cry, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. And they would meet him and proceed with him to the entrance of the bride's father's house.
Man.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a little more. It says, meanwhile, the bride would have been bathed, purified, perfumed, richly clothed, and adorned with many jewelries, and would receive the blessing from her family and friends.
Man.
I got something real quick.
Yeah.
This precept just going in. Hebrews 13:17, it says, obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Just going into that whole process of your friend, helping the bride prepare. That's the body. That's the elders and apostles. That's the Akim. When you tripping, you don't know you tripping. That's that process of being beautified. But it all happens through, the body.
Okay, what's the next verse say?
The next verse it says, pray for us.
Okay, not that. It says that the marriage bed is honorable. I think it's in the same.
Mm-hmm. You said, how's it go?
For the marriage bed is honorable.
Okay. Yep. Hebrews 13:4. It's up.
Okay.
Can you read real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Hebrews.
What does it say before? Can you read? Verse prior and then read on down.
Yeah. Hebrews 13:3. It says, remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. Marriage is honorable in all, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
Yeah, that's it, man. And spiritually extrapolating, hey, like the brother's going into the spiritual wedding, man, the spiritual marriage. You see, it says, can you read it one more time?
Yep. It says, marriage is honorable.
Yeah, marriage is honorable. See, in this Western society, man, this Babylonian experience, that we've gone through, we haven't understood the honor, in marriage. The honor in, a woman being loyal to a man. The honor of a man guiding his household rightly, man. You see, training up his household in the ways of Yahawashi. See, only through this ministry, only through understanding the dynamic between Yahawashi and his woman will we, understand how truly an honorable marriage is, man. Because this is something that, our forefathers took seriously. Marriage was a big deal. It ain't like here in America to where you get married and then a fucking 2-3 years later, the bitch doesn't divorce you. That was like, bro, for that to happen back then was taboo. They looking at like, damn, what was wrong with her? You know what I mean? Then she probably ended up being a prostitute after that. So marriage is honorable amongst the Hebrew Israelite nation, man. And it says the marriage bed is undefiled. Yeah, because it's supposed to be righteous, man. No adultery, no fornication, man. And fornication goes into illicit unlawful sexual practices such as homosexuality, things of that nature. Fornication doesn't mean like the world in these churches try to push it, say sex before marriage. There's no such thing as sex before fucking marriage, man. Sex is marriage,
Yeah.
especially when she's a virgin. Because, quite frankly, we never been married on this side, man. Unless you pop the virgin, but I don't know too many brothers that did that.
Yeah, where she at though?
Right,
You
yeah,
ain't
where
with
she
her. Yeah, she ain't here, bro. Yeah, she gone. Can you go back to that picture?
Yeah. I got a little bit more, bro.
It's actually gonna go
Okay,
that I'm glad you pulled that Amanda Cousins book up too, cause it's gonna go perfectly together in tandem, bro. Go read that second paragraph.
Con. It says the 10 virgins waited for the procession.
Oh wait, start from Psalms 119. Where you start?
Con. It says okay. I got you. It says the streets of Asiatic cities were dark, and it was necessary that anybody venturing forth at night should carry a lamp or torch. Those invited guests who did not go to the bride's home were allowed to join the procession along the way and go with the whole group to the marriage feast. Without a torch or lamp, they couldn't join the procession or enter the bridegroom's house.
So yeah, you had to have a lamp to go and join the wedding procession. You had to have a light, And people, here it is. You got, like we just read about prophecy, how it's a light that's shining until the day dawn. How that's the light. These other guys ain't talking about no prophecy. These other guys ain't trying to look about where we going, right? Keep reading on that.
I got a quick one for you.
Okay.
Luke 12:35. Yahawashi said, "Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning."
Yep. Hey, that's facts. Cause we gotta have that light with us, man. You gotta have that light.
That's right.
Keep going on that, bro.
It says the 10 virgins waited for the procession to arrive at the point where they were waiting, and 5 wise ones were able to proceed because they had a reserved supply of oil for their lamps. But the foolish virgins lacked that oil, and so, not being ready, they were barred from the wedding feast.
Right. So yeah, the ones that didn't have the oil, right? When we can get Matthew 25, because the ones that didn't have the oil, right, they weren't allowed to enter into the chamber, which would mean that they were a bad instructor, right, a bad guide on getting to the marriage, right? That would be pretty much the hypocritical teachers, right? The ones that were not ready themselves to get in there. That's something that we have to do as well. We have to make sure that when we're preparing for this marriage, preparing for this opportunity, right, that we have enough oil to enter into the chamber, man. Right, that we have enough oil to make it. So that preparation process of making sure that our garment is clean, it shows you how nuanced that, like how much they had the bride. Think about how long it would take a woman to get ready. But not only get ready, she got to get ready and then have enough time to keep herself in order, to wait through anxiety and anxiousness, right? To be ready when Yahawashi arrive, not miss him, and then have enough, be prepared for the journey to get to the chamber, no matter how far it is. That's what this is likening to, man. That's a scary thing. We gotta take heed of the things that we have, man, of what we have. Take heed of how we're looked. Scriptures talk about examining yourself, right? Make sure that we're in the faith. Counting the cost. We have to make sure that we have certain things, certain attributes before we get into that chamber.
You got one for you. Revelation 19:7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife have made herself ready. I'm going to get that word ready real quick. Because that's what Yahawashi's woman is doing right now in the time of this grace. Right, because it's going to be a time to where, right, you done getting ready. It's showtime.
Right.
All right, this word ready in the Greek is Strong's G 2090. Heto mazah. Shit. It's a lot here. Heto amazo says to make ready, prepare, make the necessary preparations, get everything ready, it says, metaphor, to prepare the minds of men to give the Messiah a fit reception and secure his blessings. See? So so the Lord's woman, right, her mind is getting prepared, like the brothers is going into, man. So yeah, I want to get that.
Yep. Yeah, if a brother could get this, what I'm about to send in the chat, we'll read about it. And then grab, you just read Revelation 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I didn't read all of it. It was some more.
What verse you ended up on?
That was 7.
Jump to 9.
All right, Revelation 19 and 9. Revelation 19 and 9, it says, and he said unto me, write, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb.
Mm-hmm. Can you get that word called too?
Mm-hmm. Should be fun, I believe.
Then if a brother want to read that, what I just sent in the chat, and this is going into pretty much the invitation, you know, because you know we've been given an invite, right? And what you gotta have, you know, RSVP before you come. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to go somewhere, you gotta RSVP. You gotta bring a gift, get a gift. You know, you gotta get ready with the whatever the dress code is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, learn the dances that they gonna do, right? So. If it's a theme, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's an all-white party, man. It's an all-righteous party.
Right.
So you got to get ready, man. You know, there's a certain preparation that comes with this invitation. It's not just, you know, you got to cut weight, right? We don't want no fat niggas at the, you know, eating at the banquet. You know what I'm saying? So you got to fast, you know?
Yeah.
You got to mourn a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's okay. We gonna celebrate, man.
Yeah.
You know?
This word call in the Greek is Strong's G 2564. Kaleo, it says to call aloud, utter in a loud voice, invite.
An invite. See, many are called, but few are chosen. Right? Some people that was invited ain't gonna make it into the chamber though. You know. So we gotta make sure that we right.
It says to salute one by name.
That name. Right? To salute one by name.
And also, you know, because he's inviting or he's calling, you know, his woman. So, you know, each brother, all right, he's called us by name, you know, individually.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Can you read that, or whoever had
Yep.
that?
I got you.
Okay.
It says banquet invitations. In some part of the East, a custom of double invitations to an entertainment has been observed. Sometime before the feast is to be served, an invitation is sent forth, and then, when the appointment time draws near, a servant is sent again, this time to announce that everything is ready.
Right. Yeah. The time to announce everything is ready. You know. We're in that time of the invitation. You know, announcing that the kingdom is at hand. Right. Can somebody get that? The kingdom is at hand. And then what's 2nd Ezra 8 and 52? I'll get that real quick.
Nah, I got you, bro. There's 8.
Yeah.
You talking about Matthew? The kingdom at hand?
Yeah. Is it Matthew?
3, 4, and it's in.
I had it written down, I
Repent ye, for the kingdom is at hand.
think. Yeah, kind of.
All right, Matthew 3 and 2, it says, and saying, repent ye, for the kingdom is at hand.
Yeah. See, that's the message ultimately. Repent, the kingdom is at hand. Fear the Lord, right? That's the beginning of wisdom. That's what the message is, you know?
Okay, it's 10. It's 10. I'll go to Matthew 10.
Okay.
Matthew 10 and 7. It says,
2nd Ezra 2.
and as ye go, what's like I started 5, you don't mind, bro.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It says, these 12 Yahawashi sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Yeah, this is a family affair. See, to a wedding, right? Because the other nations, they didn't have, you know, we just took them as concubines. It wasn't no, you know, oh, I like her, come into my, you know, hey, come on. But the nation, the daughters of Israel, when we got married, that was when you had a whole tradition, the whole celebration was made. You see, it wasn't for the other nations, you know. So this is a family affair of what has to do with the wedding, you know. Because we gonna suck the riches of the Gentiles and glory in them too, you know. Just like how Yahawashi is gonna glory in the nation of the nation of Israel, we're gonna glory in the other nations. We're gonna have concubines of other nations and be married, or I won't say married, but you know, we're gonna deal with their women. You know,
That was made for us.
right?
You know, like, 'cause Jake tripped up on that, man. Like, everything, like, if we're part of the, well, ultimately the nation of Israel, man, that's a part of the promise that he promised unto Abraham. Is for Abraham to inherit ultimately the whole world. When you read Romans the 4th chapter, you know, 2nd Ezra the 6th chapter speaks about how the world was created for our sakes. That includes the people in it too. You know, the women. You know, the women's gonna be the Lord Yahawashi made the women for. That's why they look so good.
Yeah.
You know, be real.
Yeah.
We the sons of God, but we limited.
Right.
It don't make any sense, man. And like the brother said, in the kingdom, we gonna be able to deal with them, man. They just not gonna have that ranking of a you know, a woman of Israel. We married, man. Because when you go into that, when you marry a woman, she versus a concubine, a married woman versus a concubine. The married woman had more rights. You know what I'm saying? The concubine didn't have any rights like that, bro. You see? And that's what Solomon ended up going off, because he married, he gave them a higher position than what being a concubine, man. You see? And they allowed them to bring what? Those gods and everything that they worship, man. You see, and that's how the sons of God got defiled. That's how Solomon ended up going off. He wasn't going off because he was popular. You see?
Yeah.
Baba Bashar, if I can make a point on that too, because there are laws, like when you go into the commandments, there are laws in place to where if an Israelite, you know, man is to die, right, that inheritance is being an Israelite woman that he's married to, that inheritance will pass on to her, which is also why you have that law to where, you know, she has to marry his brother, you know, to keep that inheritance within that particular line.
A tribe and
You know, so that right there is proof that the heathen were never meant to be involved in you know, on that level. They were excluded specifically. You know, just wanted to add that. Did you want 52, verse 52?
Read this next, because there's one more, then you got it, bro. Because you had read that about him sending the messages to proclaim that announcement, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is Matthew 10 and in verse 7. I'm going to read verse 7 in the NLT. It says, "Go and announce to them that the kingdom of heaven is near." You see?
Yep. Yeah, the kingdom of heaven is near. And that's the message, you know? That's the message, that these things are ready, because we just read about the banquet invitation, right? The double invitation. How at a certain point in time, you know, you had that reminder, like, or not a reminder, but you had that initial invitation where to say, we're having this happen. We'll let you know when it happens, but know that it's coming. Be ready. This is what, you know, what we gonna do is a wedding. Be ready. And then they had the second invitation on saying that now it's ready. We have a date. Now go ahead and RSVP. Go ahead and, you know, start sending gifts, getting your gift ready, and this date, you know, we're gonna have it, or it's gonna be a sign of now you can come, you know, and that's what we're preparing for.
So like when you go into it too, like you said, bro, it wasn't announced. The invitation, like you said, the invitation was given out in a certain period of time. But then, you know what I'm saying, if you accepted it, you know what I'm saying, that means you are a VP. And then you wouldn't know until the actual servant, you know what I'm saying, announced it, hey, it's time for the feast. So you had to come then. You couldn't, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So you wouldn't know what actual, you know what I'm saying, date was going to be until next thing you know, you just hear that, hey, you know what I'm saying, hey, the wedding is ready, come on. You know what I'm saying? You
hear the ram's horn, and, you know, because Jake like to do, you know, if you're in rulership, you don't have nothing obligations that need to be made, you know? You don't have to, you know, like, oh man, I gotta go to work. I can't, you know, I gotta call off work, you know? No, man, it's a wedding, you know?
Right.
But yeah, if you could read that 2nd Ezra 8 and 52.
Kind. 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 52. And it reads, it says, "For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared."
The time to come is prepared. Go ahead.
"Plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom."
Yeah. That city is builded, right? Where rest is gonna be allowed. You see? Where we're gonna have, you know, pleasure. Right? When we're after this marriage, you know? we're not gonna mourn anymore because Yahawashi is gonna be here. We're gonna be one unto him, man. We're gonna be nigh unto him. You know, we have that guy right now through the Spirit, which is leading us to the chamber. You know, we're literally on the way to the kingdom. You see, but Jake don't see it like that. But right now it's about to get so dark, you know, where you're gonna have to have enough oil to get through the chambers, though. But we know that it's coming. You know, we know that that's ahead, and we know that Yahawashi is not one that he should lie. You know, we know that city's built. The scriptures talk about how the Lord, you know, he's preparing himself, right? He's prepared for us to arrive because he got many mansions. You know, he's got our crowns up there. You know, everything for us, man. Just how we like it.
I say a quick one for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that's in the law. You got to get, you know, if you marry a woman, you got to give her particular things. This is Exodus 21:10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And in the spirit, Yahawashi is giving his woman all those things. All right, he's giving us our spiritual food, this bread every day. It says that raiment, all right, this truth. He's clothing us with this truth, those garments. It says, and her duty of marriage, right? That the earnings of the spirit that you're speaking about. That's how Yahawashi is intimate with his woman. You know, via the Harakakadash, it says, shall he not diminish. You know, none of those things will be withholding from the Lord's woman. You know?
Can you read that one more time? Or no, we can jump back to that actually, the picture that I saw.
Back in the banquet invitations, it says, there are several examples of this custom in the Bible. Ahasuerus and Haman were invited by Esther to a feast, and when it was ready, the king's chamberlain went to get Haman. Another example is the parable of the wedding of the king's son. The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding. Matthew 22:2-3, read that. It says again, the parable of the great supper has this double invitation in it. A certain man made a great supper and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready.
That's what we saying, man. That's the message. You know, constantly reminding people, come on, let's go. Some servants being sent out. See? Keep reading on it.
It says compelling guests to attend. It says the following word of Hamashiach's parable need to be understood from an oriental point of view. And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Luke
Right.
14:23.
Yeah, compel them. You know, keep going on.
And if I can add, that word compel means forcible by threats.
Yeah.
So really the Lord, he's you know, with fury, you know, commands, well, get your ass back in the house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Compelling us, you know, to fill the chambers, man.
Yeah.
You know, by the fear of the Lord, we persuade men.
Because marriage is political too.
Yeah.
Like when you watch like Game of Thrones and like a princess or queen is about to be named or a king is about to be named, your ass better show up.
Yeah.
That's your ass. You know what I mean? Like that's considered like extremely offensive.
Well,
You
we
know?
mentioned the time of Esther earlier. You know, she was her Vashti.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her name is Vashti. Yeah, she refused to go to the king, man.
Yep. Nope.
So he put out the decree in his realm, like, listen, we finna stop this shit right now. If any woman don't honor her man, we're gonna kill her.
Yeah.
You know?
Let them get this real quick. In the NLT.
You said 4:1.
Yeah, form 1.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 1 in the NLT. It says, therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of the call of your calling. For you have been called by the Most High.
Right, and we've been called by Yahawashi. Right? Can you get that word vocation in the KJV with it?
Okay, what's that word?
I'm gonna read it in the KJV. It's Ephesians 4:1. It says, therefore I, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherein you were called. Right, and when we get this word vocation, it's gonna expound on the point.
All right, it says Strong's G 2821, Clasis. It says a calling to, a call, an invitation. It says to a feast of the divine invitation to embrace salvation of the Most High.
Yeah, divine invitation, right? This is no like, you know. Oh, and you got to think too. Like, what do kings do? Like, if they send the invitation, they might give you a gift, right? They give you a certain like amount of money. Like, here, get ready. You don't have nothing to wear. It's already provided. This is already you have no excuse not to come.
You get gas money.
Yeah, you can get you know, Jake, cause Jake make excuses like, well, shit, I ain't even gonna be able to, here's your rent. Here's your rent money. Now what? Well, shit, I don't, you know, I ain't got nothing to wear. He got some clothes.
Oh, well, that's Luke the 14th chapter. You know, it was going to the same thing as Matthew the 22nd chapter, but he spoke about those particular wicked servants that gave excuses. Oh, I just married this woman.
Right.
Oh, I just bought a field. You know, and he said, you wicked servant, you slothful servant, go out to the highways and byways and compel my people to come in. That was just a different account. It was same account, just in a different gospel, Luke the 14th chapter, but it goes to what you was talking about. Because Yahawashi knew that Jake is on some bullshit, making excuses on why he can't come to the marriage, man.
Yeah. And really what the Lord gave us as a down payment is the spirit, man. The spirit to understand. So it's no excuse of why we shouldn't come. You know? There's no reason not to. We know what's about to happen unto this place.
Yeah.
You know, we know these other nations they want to compass us round about. Why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? Right? They want to destroy us, man. You see? You got it.
It's Proverbs 16 and 14 in the NLT. The anger of the king is a deadly threat. The wise will try to appease it.
Yeah, the anger of the king. What you look like the Lord showed you some honor by giving you an invitation, but you want to deny it. Really, like if a king has something for you, you appease that call. You make sure you're there. Because you don't know what the reason you're there for. You know, it might not even be giving you that much. Hey, come here, wear this, be here. You know, hurry up too. You know, it might not be even just told you why so much. But you to go ahead and deny it, right? When this is really the Lord is about to give us a gift. He wants to give us a gift. What you look like not showing up?
Man, bro. Yeah, Jake. I can guarantee you, if Biden was to personally send a letter, an invitation to Jake, you know, in his mailbox. Hey, I want you to come eat at IHOP with me.
Yeah.
Now, Jake will be on time, man.
Yeah.
So how much more the King of Kings, man? Jake would show up to Biden's invitation all day, and that's just devil, man. You know?
Yeah. Cause and two, just going back on the point, like how kings like authority, like when they invite you somewhere, it is like a threat too. Like it's like, you know, your manager hey, we gotta sit down for lunch. You know, we gotta talk. You be like, oh shit, or you tell your woman or a woman, you say, we need to talk, babe. We gonna go get some food and we'll talk. She be like, well, we need to talk about what is that? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Why you acting like that? You know, it's really a threat. You know, like we need to handle some business. You know, it's all vague. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, wear this. Oh shit. You know,
you just only got little information. That's why we see through a glass dimly. We kind of know, you know, what he's talking about. We'll see once, you know.
Yeah.
It builds anticipation and excitement.
Yeah.
You know, but also fear.
Right. Yeah.
I'm flipping it.
Yep.
We keep going.
Yeah. Compelling.
It says, the usual brief invitation in America and ready acceptance of it would be considered in the East entirely undignified. In the East, the one invited must not at first accept, but is expected rather to reject the invitation. He must be urged to accept.
If a brother could get Titus 1:9 real quick, and we'll read that.
This is Titus chapter 1. Are you about to get it?
Yeah, I was about to get it.
Okay.
They get that.
Yeah, I already know. The spiritual innuendos. Hey, bro, you got it.
Titus chapter 1 verse 9, it says, holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and convince the naysayers.
Yeah, to convince. That convincing is going on, right? You got to use a certain level of charisma, because like if somebody don't want to go to a banquet or take an invitation, you be like, for real? Damn. I thought they was gonna make a fair food. I thought you liked this food. We gonna have hella. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy. Like I ain't leaving till you say yes. You know? What you gotta do? Like so like if somebody that's really trying to get you to come, persuade you, but they're gonna really try to pull at you. You know what I'm saying? Why? What you got? You know? That's compelling.
Yeah, that's why we tell Jake now, man. Like you slaves.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know? What you going back to? You might as well, come to the marriage supper of the Lamb.
Man, yeah.
Can I get some real quick? Because like we just read in this article, or excerpt, it said that one in the East is expected to reject at first, rather than accept, and that's out of humility. That's not out of malice or ill will. That's out of just not feeling like that individual, is even worthy for the invitation. And I have a precept to back that up. This is Luke chapter 5 and verse 8. And when you go into this chapter, this is basically when the Lord, Yahawashi is calling Peter. Peter and the sons of Zebedee, I believe, were with him as well when you read this chapter. But I'm going to get just straight to the point. It says, Luke 5 and 8 in the NLT, it says, when Simon Peter realized what happened, he fell to his knees before Yahawashi and said, "O Lord, please leave me. I'm too much of a sinner to be around you." And that's that rejection. It's not really it's not really rejection, more so of a act of humility. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, for the most part, I can feel, because we know that before we were in the truth, we was in the world. You know what I mean? We was niggas in the world.
Like when Isaiah got that coal put in his mouth, and he said, "Woe is me, I'm unclean," I believe. But right before he had, but now we had the testimony.
Yeah.
We ate the scroll, ate the roll, and the Lord purified us. You know what I'm saying? He purified our tongue, and through our lips we're able to give up a sacrifice to in our testimony to be worthy to enter in. That's how we're able to have that oil to make it through the journey.
Okay.
That's the Lord giving us those gifts of ability to make it to that arrangement.
Okay.
Cause like you said, like a gift of humility, and like a king, when they send an invitation, they do send like, here's your own personal chariot to get there with your name engraved on it or some, and then you keep it after the fact as a representation of when you went and, like a suit and, another whole for not you but your whole household and family. That's what the Lord did. And we're like, yo, we ain't worthy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Lord has given us, a way for us to be worthy, or in a way, ultimately believing on Yahawashi. And the little work that we do, this small little sacrifice, is gonna be enough to suffice for, in the Lord's eyes. But we've been given this testimony, man. That's the gift.
Yeah.
See?
I got a quick one just to, you can break it down, bro. This Sirach 13:9 in the CEB version says, when powerful people invite you, show yourself reluctant, and they will invite you all the more.
Yep. And Moses is a good example of that too. When the Lord called Moses was like, who am I to go to Pharaoh? You know what I mean? And negotiate the release, of the children, of my people.
Yeah.
Who am I? He was like, man, I can't even speak. Like, I need the Lord to, like, how am I gonna do this?
Yeah.
But it was written. It was destined.
Man.
And that's how David felt as well when the Lord made that covenant with him. In 2 Samuel the 7th chapter, he's like, Lord, who am I? What man am I for you to make such a covenant like this with? An everlasting covenant. He also says, Lord, who is man that you are mindful of him? And the Lord takes delight, with people that have mindsets like that. Like we just read that in this verse, Sirach 13:9. It makes a person that sent that invitation to you makes him want to invite you even more. Cause it's like, damn, man, you real humble. Like, oh yeah, you gotta come now. Like, you know.
Yep. That shows you that no matter what level you think you get to or whatever you think you're doing in the truth, you're always gonna be in hope mode. Like the brothers from GMS Birmingham, hope mode. We in hope mode, man. Because at the end of the day, we're not worthy. There's nothing we can do to make ourselves worthy. This is all according to the will of the Most High.
Right. That's right.
You know?
That's right.
That's on, bro.
Come on.
Because you had mentioned that about the king, you know what I'm saying, how he sends the invitations and, you know, like I forgot where I read it, bro, but I think you had mentioned about, like, they'll even give you a particular, like, even if you ain't got nothing to wear, they'll make sure you have the proper attire, right? Mm-hmm. This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 9 in the MSG. It says, don't lie one to another. You're done with that old life. It is like a filthy set of ill-fitting clothes you stripped off and put in the fire. It says, now you're dressed in a new wardrobe. Every item of your new way of life is custom made by the Creator with His label on it. The old fashions are now obsolete. You see? So our mindset, you know what I'm saying, when we would clothe our minds, we would clothe with the world. You see, we couldn't come into or be invited into this, you know, we couldn't go to this wedding unless we have on the proper attire. Right. You see, when the Lord gave us this truth, you see, like it just said, it was ill-fitting clothes. So he like, nah, here, put this on. Right. You see, now we put on this truth. And like it said, I'll read them one more time. It says, it says, verse 9 in the MSG, it says, don't lie one to another. You're done with that old life. It is like a filthy set of ill-fitting clothes you stripped off and put in the fire. Now you're dressed in a new wardrobe. Every item of your new way of life is custom made by the Creator with His label on it. All the old fashions are now obsolete. You see? Now we have on the proper attire. That way, if we are a part of that number, we can go into that wedding, man. But we have on the proper attire. Yahawashi gave that parable too about, you know, he bidden those to come inside, and then they went through and they seen this dude. He didn't have the right attire on. Like, how you get in? You seen he was cast out. You see?
Taj was going into that last night. Isaiah 52, put on that beautiful garments.
Oh yeah.
You know, those beautiful garments. That's a part of the ceremony. That's a part of, you know, the attire you're supposed to be wearing.
Mm-hmm. That's his right doctrine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can read that.
You want me to start at verse 4?
Yeah, verse 4.
Isaiah 54 and verse 4, it says, fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded.
Right, and that's because like you said, when we got this invitation, you take it serious, then you're prepared, you know, and you're put up on a level higher than the commoner, right? And there's some glory that comes with that, but really we ain't made it yet, you know. We're you know, getting ordained and ready, but you know, when we are fully redeemed, then we're going to receive that prize, which is ultimately, you know, the change in our body, and then our testimony and our story, our life story of how we suffered for Yahawashi, right? How we stood stiffly for His name, you know, and we're obedient unto death, right? We were faithful unto death, right? We didn't bow the knee, we didn't submit to another power, right? We submitted to our husband, you know. That's how we gonna receive the victory.
Stay faithful.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Isaiah 54 and 4. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou shalt not be put to shame. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna forget this shame, right? This shame is gonna be put off. Like you mentioned, you know, us changing our garments. We were, you know, once unclean, you know, but through the Spirit, you know, this word has washed us, man. You know, we just need to be changed on the exterior, right? We just need that physical change, right? And the Lord's gonna do that by coming into us, right? Putting His laws into our inward parts, and that's gonna happen when we make it into those chambers, right? When we're one with our power, man. You got it, bro.
If I could add that shame, you know, that shame of it says how we're gonna forget the shame of our youth. That's talking about us, you know, going off, man. You know, the dumbass shit that we used to do, commit idolatry, right? And when you read Jeremiah the 31st chapter, as it leads up into the point of us about to come into the new covenant, right? It speaks about that. This is Jeremiah 31:19. Surely after I was turned, I repented, and after I was instructed, I smote upon my thigh. I was ashamed, and this is talking about the nation of Israel. I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did bear the reproach of my youth. Now, when you get that in the NLT, I turned away from the Most High, but then I was sorry. I kicked myself for my stupidity. I was thoroughly ashamed of all I did in my younger days. So that's how the Lord's, woman feels, man. Like seeing the results of us, fumbling. You got the, phrase in the world now. I fumbled a good man. That's what we did for a while, man. We fumbled Yahawashi. We fumbled our land, fumbled our heritage. So, but that was when we was young, when we know no better. Well, we knew better, but we didn't walk with that wisdom. But now we're coming back to him with contrite hearts.
Yep.
Let me go back.
Yeah, kind of.
Isaiah 54:5. For thy maker is thine husband. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
That our maker is our husband. And Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi is his name. Right? You gotta know the name of your husband. Like to call upon another name and you supposed to make it into a chamber, something that's intimate. Right? You supping with the Lord, but yet you don't know his name. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
That's if your woman called you by another name, what you gonna do? What's your reaction? Hey, you see it with IUIC, man. Hey, you gonna call Bishop Nathaniel, or certain men, it's a problem. It's up,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't have to call the Lord by his name, man. Hey, the Lord about to judge, man.
Yep.
The Lord is gonna judge, right? The Lord is sifting through, right? You're gonna get caught with no oil and be instantly removed from the journey to the chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah, they instantly removed. You got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they can't take it serious because their spirits just don't bear witness, man. Only the elect, the Lord's woman, she's gonna take this serious because the Lord personally invited her, because we read Matthew 22nd chapter earlier. It goes into bidding them into the marriage, but it speaks about how the good and the bad were bidden. So amongst this calling, you got wicked ass Israelites, man. That crept in unawares, came up some other way, right? But they are going to get sifted out in the process of time,
You just what verse you on?
Top 5.
Kind of, you can keep going till 8.
Okay. Isaiah 54:5. For thy maker is thy husband. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi hosts is his name. And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The power of the whole earth shall he be called. For the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou wast refused, saith thy power.
Yeah, we were through, right? Through. 2 through. On World Star, Cardi B, yeah, OnlyFans,
Yeah.
Through, man. And our glory, the glory of woman is supposed to be in the children, but we were barren at one point, man. Completely through, man. But the Lord gave us this invitation to be redeemed, man. He gave us his knowledge to redeem the nation of Israel. Right? So this is something very serious to take,
And it says that and thou was refused. And how the Lord refused us? By putting us into the hands of our enemies, man. You look at us, packed on some slave ships. that's a vivid image of the Lord refusing us, man. No matter how much we tried to cry out to him, he's like, nope, I ain't hearing it. He refuses for a while, but now he's receiving some of us.
We can stop on that.
Okay.
And then we'll close out with this. Baruch 4 and 36. If you brother could read that real quick. All the way to the end. These 2 verses.
You said 4 and 36.
Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 36. It says, O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High.
Right, because like we've been mentioning, you know, according to Matthew the 25th chapter, we still gotta make it unto the chamber, man, the bed chambers of Yahawashi, right? And we're looking toward the east. We're going in that direction, you know, hoping that He has mercy upon us. You gotta go.
Come. It says, verse 37, Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sendest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High.
Right, and that's that instrument that's gathering us together, man. It's that word, right? And that's the instrument that's leading us through the way, right? But in a minute, you know, that is going to change and it's going to be put up in us. You know, we're going to have the word written in us, but we can't expect, you know, to not associate with that through this journey, man. You know, we're going to need prophecy to see through the bullshit, to see through the dark, you know, that light, that oil, you know, Yahawashi, His name, to get through this straight path to get unto the wire, you know, and then we'll be able to rejoice, you know. So kind of whatever y'all brothers got, you know.
It's a little bit more commentary, bro.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all right.
Yeah.
All right, this is back in the commentary, man, from BibleHistory.org, going into the procession. All right, it says, going back into the bride, it says, meanwhile, the bride would have been bathed, purified, perfumed, richly clothed, and adorned with many jewels, and will receive the blessing of her family and her friends. It says she was also completely covered with a veil as she waited for the bridegroom. When the bridegroom finally showed up at the entrance of the house, there would again be a loud cry, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. The procession will begin from the bride's father's house to the house of the bridegroom. It began with great celebration. The bridegroom, the bride, the friends, the virgins, the musicians, and many other friends and relatives will walk and dance and cast flowers and sing song with every demonstration of joy and gladness.
Real quick, can we get Psalms 33 and verse 1? Just real quick, going into that song, you know, that's being sung.
I can hold it for you.
Kind of get that.
This is Psalms 33 and 1. It says, Rejoice in the Lord, O ye righteous, for praise is comely for the upright. Praise the Lord with harp, sing unto him with a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings.
Mm-hmm.
It says, sing unto him a new song, played skillfully with a loud noise.
Yeah, we're rejoicing in this song, you know, because hey, we're going to a wedding. Why ain't we gonna be happy? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's that new song, like you talking about, that song being played, you know, but it's still an army. You know, army did that too. They played songs before they went into battle.
The priest, specifically.
Yeah.
And shit, we getting married, man. You see,
Yeah.
we're gonna. That's the South. When the deliverance comes and the elect get beamed up, that's them becoming one with their Creator, man. With Yahawashi. That's them becoming one. They're going into those chambers. You see, what happens when a man and a woman goes into the chamber where they consummate that marriage? You see, they become one flesh, and that's when the elect is going. That's gonna fulfill that them becoming joint heirs, being one with Yahawashi, man. You see?
What verse was you on?
I stopped at 4.
Okay, yeah, that's
All right, it's a little bit more, bro. It says, I'm gonna read that part again. It says, it began with great celebration. The bridegroom, the bride, the friend, the virgins, the musicians, and many other friends and relatives would walk and dance and cast flowers and sing songs with every demonstration of joy and gladness. The bride was crowned and carried by the crowd on a piece of furniture through the street to the bridegroom's house. You see? And that's when you can read about that bride being crowned in 2 Ezra chapter 2. You see that elect being crowned by Yahawashi himself, man. You see, and you best believe it's going to be a great celebration, man. It's going to be a celebration that top any celebration anybody in this world could ever throw, man. Real quick, and I pull a precept. This second Corinthians chapter 4, all right, in verse 16 in MSG, it says, so we're not giving up. How could we? Even though on the outside it often looks like things are falling apart on us, and on the inside, where the Most High is making new life, not a day goes by without His unfolding grace. It says, these hard times are small potatoes compared to the coming good times. The lavish celebration prepared for us. You see, what is that lavish celebration? You see, being beamed up, getting those new bodies and being one with Yahawashi. You see? Bro, that celebration, man, bro, we can't even imagine how that's going to be, man. You see? Man. That party that's going to take place, man, that celebration after the ceremony, getting crowned as man, him embracing his man after that, and they drinking and eating, because Yahawashi said he ain't going to drink and he ain't going to eat nothing until his man, until his man is saved, and he going to drink it new with them in the kingdom, man. You see? That's going to be the biggest celebration in history, man. That was it, bro.
I got one for you. This is the book of Song of Solomon, Song of Songs, chapter 4. Really, this whole book is going into the relationship between Yahawashi and his wife. Which of course Solomon wrote this, and we believe through the Spirit. Yahawashi is Solomon, so this is really his perspective on how he views his wife and how she views him. But this is Songs of Songs, chapter 4, verse 9 in the NLT. And this is what Solomon's saying unto his woman. So Yahawashi is saying that this is how he views us. Abaratazah, we're a part of that. Verse 9 says, you have captured my heart, my treasure, my bride. You hold it hostage with one glance of your eyes, with a single jewel of your necklace. Your love delights me, my treasure, my bride. Your love is better than wine, your perfume more fragrant than spices, right? So, bro, we can't even really, imagine, how much Yahawashi loves us, bro. We think we love him, but, bro, no, he loves us. If we're part of that number, Abaratazah. Because what does it say? It was that 1 John, the 4th chapter. It says, it's not that we love the Most High, but he loved us first. You see? Because a man can love his woman more than she could love him. And that's proof right there. That we wasn't thinking about Yahawashi. We wasn't thinking about our husband, man. He was thinking about us. And that's why we're in this truth, getting prepared to meet him, man, because he first loved us. So he's showing us, man, how much we're really on his mind, all day, every day. Right? Verse 11, he says, your lips are as sweet as nectar, my bride. Now, what does that mean? Meaning the things that we speak. Mm-hmm. No guile upon our lips, singing this new song. Honey and milk are under your tongue. Your clothes are scented like the cedars of Lebanon. Yeah, this truth, with us being clothed with this truth, man. Right? It smells good on us, spiritually. You are my private garden, because you was talking about how he has us hidden, has his woman hidden. Yeah. He says, you are my private garden, my treasure, my bride, a secluded spring, a hidden fountain. Your thighs shelter a paradise of pomegranates with rare spices, henna and nard and saffron, fragrant calamus and cinnamon, with all the trees of frankincense, myrrh and aloes and every other lovely spice. Wow. You are a garden fountain, a well of fresh water streaming down from Lebanon's mountains. That's how Yahawashi, and this whole book goes in, man. It gives a perspective how the Lord's woman views him and vice versa, how he views her, man. It's beautiful, man. Like the intimacy. That's what this thing is all about. Yeah. That's what he prayed for in John 17. Really, that that was a prayer that he prayed for the elect, but that's a prayer that he prayed for his woman, man. That's why he says, I pray for you. I pray not for the world. Yeah. It's like me and you, baby, against the world.
Yeah, man, that was like the ultimate love letter right there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. When you read that,
yep.
Jake, the little world, you write poems and stuff to your girl, this and that. Man, that right there, it's heavy, man, through the spirit.
Drop that now. You go.
Man.
Yeah, right?
That was
that was smooth. I don't know what.
That's like Solomon was a Jake, because when they're talking about the thighs, he said your thighs shelter a paradise of pomegranates. That's a line for you Jakes, man. I'm saying that, bro. Yahawashi put us on game.
That's right.
That was smooth, yeah.
Yeah, it was real smooth. I had to say something, man.
Hey, but just like how we started off with how Yahawashi or the Lord took Eve from Adam, you know, and it was like they were made for each other,
Right.
you know, they were made to be one, you know, and and that's how we are for Yahawashi, you know, like it had to hurt him, like seeing us go off, you know, just like how, you know, you really love a woman, it hurts you, you know, to see her betray you, or to have her leave when she don't believe in you, you know, that should tear a man down, you know,
Yeah.
especially if you really, you know what I'm saying, like y'all was, you know, locked in. But I had something real quick. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 33, and it says, "And I speak on my Lord, then saith he unto me, Thou art sore trouble in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them?" Right? And the Lord made us to be subject unto Yahawashi. Right? And we can't love him more, like the point that Osmar just brought out. A woman don't understand the love that a man has for her until it's through experience. Right? A woman has to go through certain things with that man for her to recollect and be like, dang, this man really loves me. Like you gotta meditate on, like, I didn't even know you went through that. I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? You just like I was oblivious. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, then she starts to understand, like, it's love, right? Well, we have to go through a process of time for us to understand Yahawashi's love. He told us about, like, we seen, you know, we was there. We don't remember, but with Solomon ruling in them years of peace, you know, and we seen it all taken away. We seen the glory fall, and we've been through various captivities afterward, and now, you know, we're like, I've seen what you had in mind, Lord. Please, like let us come back, Lord. We ready, you know. God. Now we understand your love. Now we understand you sent Yahawashi's representative to rule over us and to redeem us, Lord. We will do whatever you say, you know. We want to stay with you, man. You know, that's how we getting that through experience, you know.
Because you had made a point. And what did the brother say? He said something about, like, they were meant, like,
we were meant to be one flesh.
Yeah, meant to be together, right?
Made for each other.
Just like the brother gave that example, Adam and Eve, right? This is Tobit chapter 6. All right, in verse let me see, because they don't really have a. It's either. I'll start at verse 17. It says 17. It says, so that the odor will spread throughout the womb. This is going into when Tobit had went, you know what I'm saying, to his father Tobias sent them out, you know what I'm saying, and he ended up, you know, finding his wife or whatever, and Raphael the angel went with him, so you know what I'm saying, and this is now he's going through the steps. The angel, you know, Raphael is telling him, look, do this and do that, because all the other men that Sarah was married before, you see, they all died when they went into the chamber and tried to, you know, commit, you know, seal the deal, you know what I'm saying? Consummate the water, bro. Slip my mind. But I'm gonna jump down, bro. It says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Sarah was meant to be yours from the beginning of creation. You see, just like the elect was meant to be Yahawashi's from the beginning of creation, man. You see that predestination. All this was written, all right, before even the foundation of the earth were even made, man. You see.
Cause in that story, cause those demons, like, you know, those demons would kill, you know, those men that was about to consummate that marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so pretty much that was really, and she was that kind of like bugged her out a little. She was like, damn, like, how come this keep happening to me? Her girlfriends was looking at her strange, like, damn, you must be wicked. All the men that you was finna get married, they just mysteriously died. You know, so, but that was really the Lord, you know, blocking her, right, from those different men, because like the brother just got, her and Tobias was predestinated. So spiritually looking at that, that's why, you know, the situations that we were going through in the world, it just kept fucking failing. Like, damn, how come this shit ain't working out? You know what I mean? But it's because the Lord was reserving us for himself, man, for this very ministry right here.
That's right. That's true.
And I'll say this too, you know, for you know, you the righteous woman that watch, all two of y'all, you know, yeah, both of y'all. You know, eventually, you know, you gonna link up with a man of the Lord, you know, this is gonna happen, but it's predestinated for it to happen. And you know, brothers as well. You know, relationships keep failing. You know, these hoes keep flaking. Hey, with the Lord, you dodging bullets.
Yes.
You know, you dodging. The Lord got you in the matrix, dodging. You know, baggage, luggage. You know, from demons, from these fucking hoes, man.
Like Solomon said it. He that pleased the Lord shall escape from her.
Yeah. Yeah, making, you know, got something predestinated for you, you know.
God.
Can you imagine? Hey, predestinated pussy.
Man. Hey, if I may add, that's beautiful because we have a lot of brothers out here, especially the younger brothers, you know, that are, you know, coming to this truth and stuff. And, you know, you may, like the priest said, you know, not have a woman or having issues in your relationship. As scripture said, is all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Right? So he's preserving you for a specific purpose. You know, and you'll get everything that you want. The Lord knows what you want. He's giving you the desires of what you want. He knows already what you want, but just doing his work, doing his will is the key, because on the other side, that's when we'll be able to get our right side. We're part of that number. The Lord's going to give us everything back, the things that we never had. So, you know, our job in this ministry is just to preach the word, that we may get our reward in the end. The reward comes with all of that. Women, crown, rulership, authority, you know, sovereignty, you know, being joint heirs with the Lord, all those things you can imagine on this side. So just hold fast. You know, if you can't if a woman ain't dealing with you this or that, that's part of the suffering, you know, going into this thing. But you just have to, you know, just keep hold of the plow, you know, and the Lord knows what you want. And you endure to the end. I brought this out, the Lord gonna give it to you.
Yeah, because really, you know, because I did a lesson earlier today, because really we're in spiritual boot camp, even though it's about to be up. But we're in spiritual boot camp, and when you know, think about boot camp, you know, you ain't dealing with your woman like that. You know, like shit, marriages fucking fail around that time. Because really, you know, marriage and all that, women are really spoils of war. You know, we haven't even fought the main battle yet. So after we go through Jacob's trouble and endure, that's when we're gonna get the spoils, man.
Yep.
You know, that's when the women gonna be in order, you know. So right now we're in boot camp, so we gotta endure hardness, you know, to please him that has chosen us to be soldiers.
That's right.
That's right. So yeah, I believe that, you know, we touched on a multitude of points. You know, Lord, will our brothers edified. Want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto our Heavenly Father.
Yahawashi, Yahawashi,
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and still teaching His truth. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.